Hey guys, Shinlock's here, back with a new blind playthrough, sort of. This is Prey, but we're gonna play Mooncrash. Might be a bit loud on my end. Here we kind of go. Okay, so, Mooncrash. Oh my goodness. There goes Jack. Let's see how this goes. Okay. It's gonna take a second. Okay, so Mooncrash. I don't know... I know a little bit about it. I know... It's Prey. Kind of, here we go. Interesting. So, my understanding is it's sort of a... It's using a lot of the stuff from Prey, but it's almost a roguelite, whichever that is. It has apparently a lot of the ideas, or some of the ideas, that they didn't put into Prey itself. That is all. I also know the title is, well, I guess kind of a spoiler for the ending. That's all I know. Yeah. I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping I like it, because oh, there's like a red thing right there, huh? Oh, I see. Okay, so as far as Prey itself, granted, I've played it a couple times at this point, and while it still has flaws, my opinion of the review hasn't changed, right? So the review is fairly negative. Prey itself objectively has a lot of issues, but since playing through it a second time, I've learned to appreciate it a bit more. I would up my personal subjective rating from I'd say it's okay plus. Not enough to say that I like it. I kind of like it, but not enough to do like a full I like this game. I'm hoping that'll change with Prey, because I'm hoping you can really see in Prey what I think you could really see some of the gameplay elements that would potentially lend themselves to more of a roguelike. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Prey Mooncrash has everything you loved in Prey: gameplay, narrative, and atmosphere, but with an exciting twist. Unfortunately, I didn't really care for most of these. In Mooncrash, you'll be making repeated runs through an ever-changing simulation of the Pythias moonbase. Each run will present new combinations of enemies, hazards, and loot. You might die a lot, but you also grow stronger and unlock new characters and gear to face these challenges. We hope you'll enjoy uncovering the mysteries of Pythias, what happened to its crew, how to escape with your life. As always, thanks for playing our games. Prey Dev Team, Arcane Austin. See, I don't know if it's a spoiler, because, well, they say it right there, it's a simulation of the moonbase, and that was my issue with Prey itself, because it was a simulation, and it was all a dream thing, so you don't know how much was true and what. So since they're basically doing that here, I don't know. I'm hoping the gameplay will make up for it. Again, and I don't know how the unlocks with new characters will work, because my understanding is you basically need to use the characters and tools at your disposal to get through the game, right? So there's different characters and they have different skills and abilities, and so you might need to send the hacker out first to open the doors that your combat person can then go through. And presumably that's what you'll want to do, because I would imagine at the beginning the enemies are weaker than the later game, and so you want to save your combat people for later. I would think. I have no idea. We'll find out. Now entering the satellite. And see, again, I wish the loading screen, the tip would show you here, right? That, anyway. Yeah, we play.
Basilisk. Hello. This is Basilisk to Casmo Module 13. We are sending 2 classified pieces of technology we recovered from Transstar's moonbase. They should be arriving in a few moments. One is an operator containing a backup of the base. It's a simulation of all the research data, company secrets, and connectomes from employee brains.
Okay.
Not you, because it's protected by a lot of encryption. Fortunately, it comes with a looking glass visor, so you'll be able to search the sim visually. You'll be plugging into the moonbase as it was, seeing it through the personnel that was stationed there. There's a lot to do. I'm sending your orders along so you can check them off as you go. Oh, and congratulations. I am pleased to inform you that executing these orders will fulfill your contract. After you recover the data, we're going to pick you up. So great news. You'll be with family soon. Okay, M13, you're the expert. The delivery is docking now, so I'll leave you to it.
Transport craft African B KTL-17, commencing docking procedure. Please stand by to receive payload.
Okay. So hang on, can I pause here for a second? Kazma's orders: install the simulation visor on the satellite chair. Okay, so already, obviously this is before sort of the woke. This is like the I don't know what you want to call it. When you're talking about like disease, the infection period before the symptoms fully manifest and stuff. This was from 20. Actually, Prey was 2017. I don't know when Mooncrash was released, but obviously at this point in 2024, many people, I don't know how many, but many people are tired of the woke propaganda. People don't have a problem with politics, even though leftists are trying to shove politics into everything, but they're not. They're trying to shove propaganda into everything. That's the problem. That's the big issue. So already we're seeing, strong female whammons with single mom, right? Kind of notice that right off the bat. They make sure to show you that stuff. It's just back then it wasn't shoved in your face all the time, so people didn't really pick up on it. But now it's, at least, I can't speak about other people, but for me, it's almost like an allergic reaction. I'm just so tired of seeing it everywhere that when I do see it, I'm just like, ugh, However, we'll set that aside. There's a lot going on already, right? First off, they're sending an operator. You are okay. So the whole Mooncrash thing, at least what was mentioned in the Seth review of Prey, he basically, it was like a one line about Mooncrash is what happens at the end of the game or something like that, right? And so my instant thought, even if I didn't know that, like, I don't know if that's deliberate or not, but the fact that these shadowy people are referring to by a number, and it's like, are we one of the volunteers from the previous game? They're referring to us by a number, not a name or whatever. So we're like an object, an asset, right? And so presumably they'll dispose of us when our job is done. Additionally, it seems like you kind of look at like the Talos station from the Prey game itself, and on the surface it's all like gloss and glam, right? But underneath you have all these leaks and stuff's not working, and there's clearly corners are cut, both in security and all this other stuff, right? And so the fact that they got the looking glass visor, which is what was used for the simulation in the previous game, as well as all of the data, including research data and schematics and brain scans of all the employees, like literally everything from the moon base. Like, that's a huge security violation. It not only means that the moon base itself or whoever was running it was doing all that to the employees and stuff, but also that security was lax to the point where it was easily, well, I mean, it was encrypted, so at least there's that. But yeah, so we're going to learn what happened. Yeah. Who knows? And then it's like we're being held hostage, kind of, right? Like, oh, you'll be able to see your family again, right? Either we're being held hostage or the kid looked like a girl, couldn't tell, but the kid is being held hostage as well. So maybe both. Who knows? Anyway, the other thing that I noticed real fast was, so it says here, orbital intercept satellite, whatever, operative M13, Chasma Corp. Status, all life support systems online operating at full efficiency, and yet you have what appears to be dust floating around here. Like, that's... and fog, and clearly, if this is full efficiency, stuff's messed up. You have, well, then again, we're probably a slob because we have like apple cores and just trash everywhere. You know, post whatever minutes lunar base, reconnaissance imagery, etc., right? Okay, so we have all these things. We'll check that out in a minute. We have the operator with all the data and the thing. We have cleaning chemicals, sink, toilet. Oh, that was our... Can we jump? Right. Little calendar with... I'm a bit disappointed it's less resolution than I would have expected. Oh, that's the doll. Okay, so I guess that's the baby, and the doll is tiny. Okay. Oh, wait. The New Pharaohs. All right. Excerpt from a book about indentured servitude by Kung Mo Jackson. Rise of Corporations, discussed in such books as Pure Evil by Tracy Webb and Your Number's Up by John Johnson, discuss many challenges to humanism in a world driven by profit. What even these social scientists didn't see coming was a new way of collective bargaining based on relinquishing innate human rights in exchange for better benefits, wages, pensions, and lifestyles. A trend in employee contracts, especially among exciting high-profile companies like TransStar, now onboard recruits via enticements and compensation offered nowhere else. But the clauses lurking in these contracts provide for punitive debts, which the employee must pay the company should he or she fail to meet plan. This can lead to a state of indentured servitude, which the contract gags the employee from discussing and prohibits arbitration against. I mean, yeah. There's also... I don't know, man. A lot of these leftists are against... It's very interesting, right? Because they'll be like, oh, capitalism bad, socialism good. And socialism is effectively literal slavery to the government because you are depending on the government for everything, right? Instead of capitalism, which someone made the point that only socialists call it capitalism. What it actually is free market enterprise, right? So an interesting point. Don't know if it's true, but you know, when corporations compete for labor, there needs to be a balance, right? You can't just have free market. Because otherwise then you get things like were discussed in, if you've ever read The Jungle, which is about the meatpacking industry, you know, you get stuff where corporations are basically poisoning people for profit. And obviously that's, what is it, Jack Baby? You are super cute. Obviously that's not good, but neither is socialism good. So unrestrained free market enterprise is not good. Neither is socialism. So, yeah, and then there's the whole point of, indentured servitude, the unpopular opinion that slaves were actually treated better than indentured servitude or indentured servants, because indentured servants would only, like, they'd leave after a few years or whatever, but slaves were for the family, and so slaves were treated better, while indentured servants were basically given the really bad jobs, the dangerous jobs, whatever, because, if your slave died or was injured, then you'd have to go get a new one, right? Yes, it's terrible, but you kind of have to look at the pragmatism within that. And that's something that a lot of ideologues on either side don't understand. And that's something that maybe we should discuss, but you can't, because people are freaking crazy. Right, Mr. Jack? Jack's like, yes. He barfed on my kitchen counter the other day. I didn't even know until I got home. And then I'm like, what's that smell? And I saw it, and it was like things on the counter were in it, and that was just disgusting. Would you like to lay down, crazy man? Would you like to lay down, Mr. Butt? No? Okay, well, oh, sorry. Okay, new pharaohs. And I say this as someone... so we're locked in a tidal orbit, or whatever it's called, right? We could, but yeah, I say this also as someone that was in the military, so basically a indentured servitude of sorts, right? Ironically, while I was in the military, I was talking to somebody. Sorry, one second, just for like 2 minutes. I was in the military, and I was talking to a 40-year-old woman that was a delivery driver for Domino's, and she's like, "It's so terrible. The people in the military, you guys just can't quit whenever you want." And I'm like, well, the contract goes both ways. We are bound by the contract, but so are they. So that we get certain benefits and they get certain things from us. And she's like, yeah, but you can't just quit, and that the blah 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 blah. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you are in the position you are, because you have that mindset. Like, oh, there runs off Jack. Like, it's a give and take. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to collectively bargain if people actually have standards, right? One of the what is it? You look at one of the points that there's this dude, Kevin Samuels. One of the points that he made when he was alive was that basically black people need to stand up for themselves. You don't just take whatever the handouts other people are willing to give you. He was specifically referencing being in movies and like wearing drag in movies. And he's like, how often do you see, white people dress in drag to be famous in Hollywood? Rarely. How often do you see Chinese people do it? Rarely, maybe never, right? And yet black people do it all the time. And he's like, if all you have to do if you want better conditions is no one takes the shitty conditions, shitty jobs, whatever, but people will. And that's what allows these companies to take advantage, right? In a way, that's why unions, well, if they're done properly, are so powerful, because collective bargaining, you effectively force the weaker-willed employees to bargain as well. The problem is, it's almost like choosing a different master, right? Because they're not willing to stand up to the people or these corporations on their own. And so they elect union officials, and then those union officials become corrupt. And it's just another way for it's just a middleman to take advantage of you. If you're not willing to stand up for yourself and other people aren't as well, then it doesn't matter if the corporations are taking advantage of you or the unions, someone is going to. That's why, yeah, I don't know. That's why, like, all these people that are, no offense, all the leftists and socialists and all that stuff, all they do is vote Democrat, and the Democrats are taking advantage of them as well. You know, you have to have the strength to be like, I don't like what you're doing. I was voting Democrat, but I'm willing to go elsewhere if you don't give me what I want. That's the point. You gotta stand up for yourself. Anyway, okay. Starbender Cycle 2, Book 1, Rebirth from the Star Womb. Except from Starbender Saga Cycle 2, Cronus Chronicle, Book 1, Rebirth from the Star Womb by Fetcher McMarvin. A crash like a train made of screams running headlong into a school full of glass children. Even though that's schlock, I love that. Trevor Pulsar winced as the deafening sound blinded him. Sticky. Trevor was sticky and ached from head to boot. Where was he? How was he even alive? As his eyes slowly adjusted, his brain began to lurch, then spin into action. The Dark Star Anomaly, Empress Tourmaline, the Starbender Prism. He remembered Tourmaline's words as the galaxy split between them. Find me, Pulsar! Find the prism! As Trevor finally heaved himself upright, what he saw confirmed his fears. A cracked stone tower jutted against a rolling medieval sky as dragons wheeled overhead. I've been sent back in time, Trevor sighed. Indeed. Alright, so, do we check email? Let's check emails first. We cannot sit yet, presumably. Reminder, just a friendly reminder. Operatives shall diligently pursue to the company's reasonable satisfaction completion of the data acquisition in accordance with the contract schedule. Failure to meet satisfaction will extend said contract for a duration equal to time lost by the company, plus reasonable damages and or penalties. Such damages and penalties are not eligible for arbitration. Yeah, the whole new Pharaohs thing, right? Please keep this in mind as we move towards the end of your contract with Chasma Corp. I know you were looking forward to seeing family again, and a setback at this point would be unfortunate. Yep, always the dangling carrot. Grats. Wait, why are they still... Well, anyway. Nice work up there, despite the cost we've dispatched delivered to you, including a flower from your wife's garden back home. So we're a lesbian. Everyone appreciates your hard work, including me. You're really chipping away at that contract. Best be. Oh. But reminder is a... Okay. Well, alright. LG visor. You're actually going to make me install it, huh? Okay. Are we going to get frickin' electrocuted at the end of this? Recovered operator. Yep. Data vault operator. Looking glass, visor, and seat online. Data vault operator online system ready. Sit down to initiate Pythias Moonbase sim. Start simulation. Okay. There's the flower over there. Right. Simulation chair. And as far as the window, I mentioned we were tidally locked. Hang on, let's see if we can see the Talos thing. Also, why is this off? Because they had mentioned in Prey itself, there was, you know, the sun and moon and all that stuff would actually rotate. And so you could sit there and actually watch the light go, you know, because it was actually on a day-night cycle or whatever. Yep, okay. Enter simulation. Fingers crossed. Internal use only, not for resale. Release, whatever. I'm a vampire? Select a crew member. Only one is locked. Okay. Volunteer. I see. Andreas Alekna. Andreas's mind, did I say that right? Is brimming with psychic potential waiting to be unlocked, but repeat exposure to neuromod technology has left his body frail. As the last volunteer test subject on the Pytheas moonbase, Andreas hopes to escape, see his young son again. Of course, yep, corporation's bad, got it. Key abilities, Kinetic Blast, Super Thermal, Backlash, Burrow. That's a new one. Default loadout, T-Rash and Psi-Hypo. Assume this is Health and Psi. Story objective, escape with a volunteer through the Mimic Portal to unlock their story objective. Abilities, Progress. I assume we're not going to get all of these at first, and I don't know what this is. Okay, Riley U. Collect the Psychoscope at the top of Pytheas Labs. Riley U. Part of the U family? Riley Yu is a brilliant scientist. Her family connections may have landed her the role of Pytheas director, but her razor-sharp mind and the ability to improvise under pressure allowed her to keep it. Riley can use her psychoscope to unlock Typhon abilities for herself and other Pytheas crew members. I see. So you need to do... So you probably need to get her before you can unlock this or any of the other ones, right? More health and psi. Okay, psi, hypo, and psychoscope. Escape with the director by uploading your consciousness to unlock their story objective. And a whole different trees, right? Yep. Less abilities, and I assume those are more physical, whereas this is more like psi. Neuromod technology, okay. Vijay Bhatia, a weapons expert and veteran of many military conflicts on Earth, Officer Bhatia has been forced to adapt his talents to the unique challenges posed by the Pytheas moonbase. Starts with a shotgun and propulsion systems. Key abilities, firearms, toughness, combat focus, shotgun shells, and Artex propulsion. Escape with a security officer by using the mass driver to unlock their story objective. Locked. Find security officer Vijay Bhatia's corpse. Health, psi, but he's all abilities. Okay. Claire Witten completes security officer Bhatia's story objective. Interesting. Claire moves through the Pytheas moonbase with relative ease, quietly completing her custodial duties. In fact, unless there's a shortage of TP, most of the crew don't even know she exists. Claire's fine with that. Key ability is none. No loadout. No psi. No abilities. Escape with Custodian using escape pod to unlock their story objective. So maybe she's the one that actually survives. If, who knows? Although, well, are we actually her? Right? We get captured and forced to do this. Joan Winslow. Joan never met a machine she couldn't fix or improve, isn't shy about trying a little impact calibration on living things, especially the sort with tentacles. Joan can always summon a friendly turret. Repair, summon turret, machine mind, wrench, spare parts, escape with a volunteer. Okay, so it is... These are basically progressive, right? You sort of have to do each one in order. But then how do you win? Escape with the engineer using the shuttle to unlock their story objective. Okay, maybe you have to do them in sequence. Health, psi, very few. Oh, right, you start with one, huh? Interesting, but not... Huh. Okay, well, alright, let's see how this goes. Escape through the Mimic Portal. What the hell is that? So yeah, there's a lot of things in here that weren't done in yeah. Okay, let's give it a go. Oh, enters launch. Man, I'm tired. I might just do this one today and then stop. I would assume we're gonna die pretty quickly, but we'll get as far as we can. Space race begins. Yep, now entering the crater. And we get eaten. I know there's moon sharks. You get eaten by a shark.
Attention all Pytheas crew members. This is an emergency broadcast. Please report to designated escape pod stations and prepare for evacuation.
If you are unable to reach an escape pod, security will track your position as they conduct a final sweep before launching.
As in they kill you. Okay, yes, tutorials. That's sort of my question is, are they assuming that we already know how to play? I would expect that there's new stuff. Chasm orders, yeah, see. Yeah, exactly. Although, psychostatic cutter, what the hell is that? Seems that these are all unread. Why can I not, okay. Pythias Tram. We'll see. We'll see. I really hope they're not. Ah, fuck that. Okay, anyway. Yeah. Okay, 75 on. I can already hear the mimic. I have no powers. Okay, let's see. Tea ration, a clay-like brick of essential nutrients, not delicious. It has the distinction of being the first edible substance created in a fabricator. It doesn't say how much. Sci-Hypo restores 60. No chipsets. Escape the simulation, reach the Pythias crater. I need to escape Pythias moonbase since this is my first time in the simulation. I should get my bearings by heading to the main crater. So this is our objective. Or the main M13's objective, right? It's all in your head. Locked. Escape with a volunteer through the Mimic portal. Playable crew members each have their own story missions accessible after certain conditions have been met. Story mission. Okay, so this is just the first objective. This is the objective needed to actually unlock the mission. Strange. But okay. Do I have a map? Kind of. Okay. Ah, and they have a volunteer tree, which is different than the other tree. Okay. Sci-Pool. Sci-Hypo effectiveness. Well-fed. So apparently, this is more about using the tools that you have available, right? Whereas Prey was different. Typhon powers, all of them, right? Well, kind of. Kinetic Blast, Backlash, Super Thermal, Regeneration, Scan more Typhon, Lift Field, yep, never used that. Yeah. Okay. Status. Yeah, those are all locked at the moment. Radiation. Interesting. That. Now, I wonder... Actually, does that... How much this stuff changes? Oh, I see. The simulation is an extrapolation from the data and interacts with corruption dynamically between resets. Additional data recovery may lead to increased variability. Known variables, resource locations, creature types and locations, door states. Right, wait. Are we Basilisk? Who's B? No, Basilisk is our handler. Okay. Anyway, alright, cool, good enough. Okay, while we're crouching. Ah, God. Well, okay, we'll figure it out. Ah, of course. T. Let's see. All wrench attacks drain your stamina. Yep. Why can I not close it? Ah, wrench is 36. Okay, fair enough. Plus 50. Transtar crew. Terry Brown. Okay. Ventilation storage. Silenced pistol. And ammo. And what are these 1,000... Oh! Okay. That hurt me a little bit. Fabrication plans. Oh, interesting. Okay. Silence pistol. Thrown PPN light-duty pistol fires 9mm rounds. Features an integrated noise suppressor and box of bullets. Awesome. Research. Stats. Keys. Ventilation storage. Okay, well. Out of stamina. Necropsy required. Okay, well. See, it's giving you stuff. Okay, unlock ventilation storage.
Typhon material detected.
That's a turret, or what? Oh no, it was just the door. Alright, well. Oh, it's green now, huh? Typhon Gate. Okay. The Octopus Axiom. Use the station to monitor and track nearby Typhon. So I assume it would probably not let you out until the Typhon were all killed. What's annoying, though, is... So, I imagine... Oh, and also there was thermal mimics, right? Yeah, it tells you what they are. Without you having to scan them. Fair enough. But if... What had... How aggressive are the mimics? Because we got really close to them without them attacking us. And at least in Prey itself, you just get within like 5 feet of them and they jump at you. Here, they're far more, well, how they should be, right? Although, to be honest, I think already they're too overused. You need a basic mook, right? Because Mimic is cool. It should be an ambush thing. It should not be overused. That was kind of my issue. All right. Gate bypass. Okay. Pythias Moonbase. Space to jump, shift to sprint, C to crouch, or... Hang on, is my stick wiggling? Right. Ooh. And we could jump pretty high because of the reduced gravity. Also, I kind of feel like... Maybe this sounds crazy, right? But they're sharks. So I feel like stepping onto the sand is like they track you more that way. Although, my feet should be making a different noise, I would think. Crater, you gotta go that way. Huh. I kind of want to, well, I mean, we gotta go down anyway, right? Can we just go down this way? Or is that bad? Ooh, is that bad? What are those little falling things? Okay. Another corpse. I just saw the supply box. Okay, Mandy Ballard. Glue cannon ammo fabrication. Yeah. Canister of compressed incapacitating foam refills the glue cannon. Yep. Nothing in the supply crate, though. What the shit is this? No? Okay. And also, so I never read all of these before. Typhon organs contain exotic material used to fabricate neuromods. Corroded coil, good enough. Okay. See, I don't know. Like, this is fine so far, but I wonder... my original thought was my original thought when I heard. So I watched the No Clip documentary, and they basically talked about Mooncrash a little bit and how you have to use, in order to progress, you have to use the different characters. Like the hacker will unlock doors, and that will let you actually get a different character farther, right? So the order might matter. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I see they're all locked, and I'm like, well, okay, so we are going to die. It's not like you're going to be able to do it all perfectly the first time. It is going to require repeated plays. So we'll see. Again, I don't know how this works. We'll find out. You know, because I thought you'd be able to use the hacker first, but no. So also no gloves. All right, well, we've seen that one. Let's go over here. What is that? Is that another dead body? Man, I'm hungry. Not because of the body, but Benjamin Wheeler. That actually makes me jump a little bit. You know, I'm like looking at it and then crater. I mean, are we not in a crater right now? Okay, explosive canister, supply, spare parts. Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay, green container. I just don't want to fall. I don't know how bad fall damage is. But, yeah, I see the... Okay, brained pills, petri dish sample. And, let's see, petri dish sample of organic matter in a petri dish, yeah. Pills that clear your mind and remove the effects of concussion trauma. Right, so, the original Prey had the whole... It wasn't survival mode, I don't think. But it was, it had a... Maybe it was survival mode. There was different options like traumas and weapon degradation and oxygen, I think. And I wonder how much of that got carried over as well. Don't know. But I wonder how much of this is random. You know? Oh, see, that's red, which means there's Typhon out here somewhere. Okay, hang on. So when I'm walking, it's like hard. But then when I crouch, you hear like the sand or squishing. 4. Okay. Press to track. Oh, okay. Use this station to monitor and track nearby Typhon. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Where? Hang on. It was right there. How is it right there? Okay, Typhon gates create an impassable force field when they detect the presence of Typhon or Typhon material, which means you install Typhon neuromods in yourself, then you might be hosed. Use a control terminal to mark any nearby Typhon. Note with enough Typhon abilities installed, you will register as Typhon by the Typhon gate. EMP or electrical-based attacks can temporarily disable Typhon gates. Okay, so you get the... You know, I didn't see that we had the ability to get the electrical one here. So it's possible we install neuromods and then we disable the gates. Anyway. Okay, I was up there. But I only saw... Oh, okay. Okay, so it's still like jumping at me. when you get close, which is a bit, I don't know. But then again, I guess the fact that you can track it. All right. Ah, I see. Well. Oh, all right. See, I thought you'd be able to throw things, though. Oh, wait, did I hit it? I guess. Ah, crap. Well. Oh, did I hurt myself? Yep, I think falling, I took fall damage. I was really hoping the lower gravity would take care of that, but no. Oh, hey, oh, right on. It was just hanging out there, huh? See, that's actually kind of smart. That, like, you could maybe carry something that it would, so when it jumps at you, it... Does that work? I don't think it worked in the previous one. Like, I don't think things you'd carried would block anything. Okay, oxygen bottle. What, Okay, silenced pistol. Okay. Transtar PPN-8 pistol, yeah. Small and quiet. Pistol provides satisfactory damage while maintaining a degree of stealth. Indeed. It's, pretty fantastic, actually. Okay. I mean, provided you have the bullets for it. Bullets are kind of important. Okay, reach the main Pythias crater. What next? Use a security station to find an available escape pod in the crater. It's pretty far, potentially. What is that? Assume it's hostile. It sounds like an operator. Michael Chang, corpse, spare parts, note. Till those kill towers are working, Typhon Lure is still our best bet for drawing them away from the gates. I already put a reco in for the lab techs to fab more. Okay. Typhon Lure, aka Nightlight, emits a psycholuminescent signal that entices Typhon to move toward the lure for a short period of time. Combined with other weapons or tactics to escape, ambush, or observe Typhon from a safe distance. Can be thrown, affixed to stationary objects using mouse 1. Interesting. So if you affix it, does it still work properly? Does it function as a... Okay, so I would assume... Like, what is that stuff that's just floating there? Is that a glitch? Okay. Spare parts. Hard drive. Oh, those are lights. Okay. And then there's like some glitchy things going on over there, but that's fine. Pythias Labs, Crew Annex, Moonworks. Okay. Pyramid seems bad. Oh, that's a phantom, isn't it? That's what I'm hearing? And I'm hearing it stomp around. Obviously, there's some kind of building in the middle there. Oh, you have two of them, in fact. That's probably bad, but let's go... Glue turret? Let's see, burnt circuit board, disruptor stun gun, and batteries. Okay. Knock out human targets. Typhon are more resistant but can still be temporarily stunned. Robotic devices can also be temporarily disabled and ultimately destroyed by the disruptor. Yep. Yeah, so, right, disruptor, stun gun, knock out human targets, like permanently. Typhon resistant, as in temporarily. Yeah, okay, cool, good enough. All right, I wonder, I'm hoping the save and exit means I could just resume. Let's, see, I don't know if that's a graphical glitch or what's going on there. Oh, that's a weaver. We'll just stay crouched. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. Typhon Tower. Yeah, you're not kidding. Yep, I don't know where it is. I'm hoping... I see purple right there. Is that... Oh, that's, Is that down there? Oh, but I hear it nearby, right? So let's, Man, I'm hungry. Oh, it's the screens or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just the graphics that are glitching. Ooh, for a second I was like, oh, is that a mimic? Okay, mineral material. Supply crate, science. I want to try... Yeah, see, stuff's coming in from a distance. Security workstation, like it's under the ground? Or maybe it's down and around. Okay, well that's bad. I couldn't see it, but I saw the sparking and then I got the little... Oh, there, well, there it is. It looks different though, but... Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll save... We'll save and exit here. All current progress will be saved. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. If you didn't watch Prey, totally fine. I mean, if you did, great. Also, it's not... I'm not going to say it's not my proudest moment, but I value authenticity more than really anything else. And so the first 6 episodes of the Prey thing are maybe not great, but they're real. You know what I mean? In this world, everything is so edited and fake and all that stuff, and that's why I don't edit really any of this. You know, it makes it boring, absolutely. But I mean, it's real. Real life is kind of boring. It's not the, you know, it's not TikTok with everything edited down to a minute or less to, you know, capture maximum attention. It's real life, you know. Yeah, good or bad. So that is it. That is all. If it's your first time, Jesus Christ, I can't talk. If it's your first time to my channel, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back. What is... well, no, I guess questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. I do read all of them. I do try and respond to all of them as well. And what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I guess playing Mooncrash. Part of the reason I'm... Like, I've been curious about it, right? And I've been curious about it from the perspective of... Not just someone that didn't super like Prey, but also someone that was... I do want to like it. I do want to see its kind of full potential. I don't know that this is necessarily what they were going for when they made Prey, but having made Prey and hopefully learning from it, and they also wanted to make something. They're like, well, we wanted to make Prey, and then we wanted to make Mooncrash, and so it's like Prey is kind of survival horror, although I say it's actually more like Metal Gear Solid, where it's a Metal Gear Solid is tactical espionage action, whereas Prey is more tactical survival action, right? Mooncrash is more of a roguelike on top of the tactical survival action. So I don't know, but I am curious to see where they went from Prey. That is all. That is all. But yeah, so that's my unique puzzle moment playing Mooncrash. Hopefully your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.